Wonderful wedding. Twin sisters become wives of twin brothers. Amazing story. The double date was going well. It seemed as though they were all getting along rather well. The first few awkward silences had passed off without too much trouble, and the conversation was flowing. No one knew where this was going to lead to, but for that night, no one cared. They were all loving siblings and friends, hanging around and having a good time. Hello everyone, and welcome to our channel. Today we follow the extraordinary story of twin sisters who fell in love with twin brothers. Before we dive into their romantic journey, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more extraordinary stories, and click on the little bell icon so that you'll never miss a story. A baby is always a blessing and a source of happiness. Twins are twice that blessing and happiness. They are a miracle in every way. The bond they share goes beyond all scientific understanding. Some people believe that they share one soul. When the little twins, Asil and Aim Binazarova, were born, their family was in tears of joy. They had two beautiful little angels exactly alike. Even Mum and Dad had a hard time figuring out the twins. This, of course, made their little playful games even more fun. Their little pitter-pattering feet brought joy to the entire household. The girls loved each other and had lots of fun together. When it was time to go to school, their mum dressed them up in identical outfits. The girls were ready to face the world. As the years went by, the girls were inseparable. No matter what happened or where they were in their life, the girls had each other, and they still wore matching outfits. It was nearly impossible to distinguish between the two. A little away from where the girls lived were two brothers, Zoldesbeck and Torebek Tolepberganuli. They were also twins, identical twins in fact. Like the little girls, the boys were also very much alike to each other. The twins finished their schooling together. The brothers and sisters went on with their lives, not knowing the whirlwind of romance waiting to happen. All they thought of was their plans and goals for the future. The sisters were unanimous in their career decisions, and so were the brothers. The girls wanted to become teachers, the brothers wanted to become vets. The sisters went to teaching college while the brothers got positions as trainee vets. Gradually, the time that the paths of the sisters and brothers would be intertwined drew closer. The sisters were studying their way to reach their dreams, and the brothers were happily tending to and taking care of their beloved pets. One day, Asil was out to do some shopping. Her sister was busy and couldn't join in. As she went about her way, two boys walked up to her. They were so very alike, and Asil's first thought was that they were twins. The Tolepberganuli brothers walked towards Asil. Little did they know that their youthful act of trying to make a move on a pretty girl would lead them to finding their future wives. Zoldesbeck went to Asil and struck a conversation with her. The two fell in line almost immediately. The conversation was nervous and halting, but it was charming nonetheless. After a while, the two warmed up to each other. Zoldesbeck called his brother over and introduced him to Asil. Asil couldn't help but giggle at the coincidence of meeting two other identical twins. As the chatter wore on, the brothers jokingly asked Asil whether she had a sister. They'd make quite the pair, they said, laughing. But Asil had the last laugh here. She waited till the brothers were done joking around and then told them that she did have a sister. A twin sister, for that matter. The boys looked at each other in surprise. What were the odds of that happening? Asil was beyond herself with excitement as she shared the day's adventures with her sisters. Aim shrieked in delight when her sister told her the invitation to a double date from the brothers. They wondered what an odd date it would be. The sisters arrived in identical outfits. The boys were not to be bested either. In the end, they made a head-turning group. Identical twins are not a usual sight, and even more rare is two pairs of identical twins around one table. But there was no head-turning for the newly met couples. They were well on their way to falling head over heels in love. The evening started slow, with shy conversations stuttering to a start. But as the evening got late, they slipped into a comfort zone. They figured out that they had a lot more in common than being identical twins. What began as a fun double date was soon turning out to be something more. The couples parted with promises to meet up again. As the days went by, the twin sisters and brothers met more and more. They were growing rather fond of each other. They shared similar likes and dislikes. Conversations flowed easily when they were together. Even the silences were no longer awkward. With every passing day, the twins were falling deeper in love. Friends and family were now interested to see where the romantic journey would lead to. It was clear that these twins were meant to be together. The couples were ready to make their move. They had spent time with each other, gotten to know each other better. Now, all they wanted to do was spend the rest of their lives in each other's company. At the age of 23, Zoldesbeck and Torebek asked Asil and Aim for their hands in marriage. Of course, they said yes. The families were in happy celebrations. This was truly a match made in heaven. Everything after that was a flurry of preparations. The happy couples wanted everything to be perfect. This was going to be a very special day for them, and they wanted the person who had been with them throughout their life to share this day with them. A joint wedding was planned for the twins. The twins were excited for the big day. Flowers were brought in, the cake was ordered, and the dresses were fitted. Everything was being made ready for the long-awaited day. The twins went about in a happy daze. Finally, the day came. The twins were to be married. The brothers suited up and waited for their brides, their wives-to-be. The music played, smiles were passed, and introductions were made out. Soon it was time for the brides to step out. The brothers could not believe their eyes. They were even a little confused. True to themselves, the sisters stepped out in perfect unison. They were like mirror images of each other. They wore the same dress, same hairstyle, and even the same makeup. No one could tell them apart, not even the husbands-to-be. The girls stepped gracefully in their white dresses. The families were in tears as the ceremony proceeded. The couples moved in unison. They moved with such perfect grace, in harmony with each other. It was clear to everyone that they were the ideal match. The ceremony ended and the families were united. The twins, who shared a bond throughout their lives, now held an even deeper bond. From that day onwards, they were one family in every sense, for forever. This was a dream come true. Never in their wildest imaginations had the girls thought that they would be able to stay together all through their lives. As much as they enjoyed their time together, they feared in their hearts that someday they would have to go their own way without the company of their beloved sister. These fears were now put to rest once and for all. The brothers later admitted that they could not identify their wives on their wedding day because of their matching attire. But all's well that ends well, and the celebrations ended well indeed. The twins could not hope for things to get better. But things did get better. The couples moved into a 3-bedroom flat where all 4 of them lived together. This was perfect for the siblings who had been inseparable since their childhood. Now they would be able to spend their happiest days in the loving company of their partners and siblings. Life was just getting better for the twins. Soon Aim found out that she was pregnant. To everyone's delight, so was Asil. Their journeys could not be more intertwined. The newlyweds eagerly awaited the time they would become parents. There were smiles all around when the babies were born. Zoldesbeck and Aim had a wonderful little son, while Torebek and Asil had a beautiful little daughter. Not only were the little ones cousins, but they were also full genetic siblings and quaternary multiples. Now, how many kids can boast that? Time passed with their wonderful children. They grew up with all the love and care of 2 mums and 2 dads. They got double the care, double the love, and double the cuddles. Everything was absolutely perfect. As their 2nd anniversary loomed in, they were blessed with more good news. The sisters were pregnant again. Just when they thought that their lives couldn't get any better, they were met with more good news, and this time it seemed as though they would have twins. As their family grows, the couples plan to build their own house, where the children will have a nice enough space to play. The 4 of them will still be together, of course, and they knew that their children would always have a companion they could count on. The story of these twins' extraordinary romance journey spread around the internet. Everyone was amazed at the turn of events. It was not often that people found their perfect companions to spend their lives with. What would you have done if you had an identical twin? Let us know in the comments below. Remember to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more exciting stories. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.